back again, and wanted to talk about another revelation. I did want to share it, when it happens, but life and time get in the way. But God gave me the revelation of giving it up, but not giving up. What does that mean? Well, without going into too much depth or too much detail, I guess it goes hand in hand with the previous podcast of, I'm motivated and wanted to give up. But I will have this thing inside me that doesn't want to quit, that wants to win, and I think that's just been enforced by God being in our corner and being a believer that God doesn't want you to lose, that God doesn't want you to take the wrong decision, that if you do make the wrong decision and repent, that God will save you, will fix it. But I was ready to give up, and I feel like it's still in the part of it of, God has given 2 weeks to my business to really turn it around. There's many different things he said, but, one of them was that the BAS or the government would come to play and just give us an option, which they kind of have. And then the other one was that there would be 10 sales. I don't know. I'd have to double check. We might have had 2 sales this week, so he's got to come through with 8, which would be a big thing. What else was there on there? That the contracts that are pending would either be signed, sealed, or cancelled, so we just weren't floating. That our debtors would have some compassion around organising payments to get out of the hole. The subcontractors would also have compassion with the hole that has been created by people not paying on time. That contractors would come through and agree with the terms and costings. There was a few, but I really feel like we decided that if it is God's will at the end of next week to start looking at closing shop, then I'm finally okay with it. I feel like my pride and ego was getting in the way of not wanting to fail my family, not wanting to fail my brother, not wanting to fail my father, not wanting to fail our name that's all over the door, not wanting to fail the 16 employees and 10 subcontractors that work with us. Just not wanting to fail. I want to honour the fact that I have made an agreement, that I have done the work, that I would pay them a certain amount at a certain date. But just the world of things, no matter what I do myself, it won't fix it. I can't fix it. It doesn't work. But that's where God comes in. So I finally feel like I am okay, that I am at peace, that I could and can start to figure out what things are worth money and what things are not. And I feel like in giving it up, giving over the ego, giving over the fact that, it might be time to do something else, giving over to the fact that it may not have worked is different to giving up. And God has given that revelation that, giving in is not giving up. Laying down the staff is not to never pick it up again. God is telling you, telling me, telling us to give it to Him constantly. You have a problem? Give it to Him. You think you have a contract? Give it to Him. You think you have a new employee? Give it to Him. If we give everything to him before making any decision, then how can we go wrong? I think that's what I was missing out. There was like a real fire in my belly a month ago where I could not get up at 4 a.m. to go pray, and God was really speaking to me and I was so motivated, and then everything turned to crap, it seems. It's just no one organised anything, no one paid anything. It just really felt like the world was going to end, and I gave in. I didn't give it to God. I tried to do it in my own strength, and still I'm working on that. But I tried to pick up the slack. I tried to message more people, email more people, do more meetings, be harder on people and paying on time, on contracts, be harder on warranty issues. Like, I tried to be harder rather than turning to God and still being loving, open, caring, and just let him do what he's going to do. Never has he left us holding the bag. And if it's time to close up, then it's because God is telling us to. That God doesn't want to come through. That this isn't what he has planned for me. And the difference in my heart that he has done is, it's not I'm giving up. It's not that I'm a failure. It's not that I can never do anything. It's not that, the world's going to end. It's that maybe it's not right now. Maybe it's not this thing. Maybe it's something else. But to just keep on going. And then the other revelation is that if you do decide to quit, do you just drop everything, do it in the worst way? No, you still do it with love. You still contact everyone with love. You still honour what you can. There is no just bowing out and going, no, I'm done and I'm staying in bed and I'm depressed. I'm not depressed. Like, if it is his answer and his reason, then I don't need anything but him and God. I have clothes on my back, food in my belly. My wife is here. My family's here. There's a million positives. So I guess I just wanted to share that giving it up to God is not giving up. They are different things. And if we give it up to God or give it over to God, that in actual fact he can actually have the room to work and fix it, direct it, give it back to you, or close it with grace.